We were the first people in the city to be able to do in-house testing. Our amazing lab could do in-house testing for our own patients, our own employees, and that has made all the difference.
Since COVID-19 started, we've had to be really creative in sourcing PPE. Our team is working around the clock to try to ensure we have those supplies. I've been blown away with how well our team has responded to the challenge of this event.
The goal is save lives.
What's it like seeing all these people rally around you guys?
Excitement.
You definitely have to be passionate about working here. All the babies in the NICU, respiratory therapy touches every single one. For them to be able to watch their child that they did not know that was going to take their next breath to be walking across the room is a pretty big accomplishment, and to say that we've been part of it is amazing.
Greetings, Nationwide Children's Hospital staff, families, and friends. Welcome and thank you for joining us as we recognize and celebrate our 2020 honorees. My name is Angela Mingo, your Mistress of Ceremonies, as we go on the journey together during this special program. And now, please welcome our Chief Executive Officer, Tim Robinson.
We have all experienced a year like none we've seen before. And even though we can't be together for our annual celebration of the Nationwide Children's Team, it seems more important than ever that we take this opportunity to appreciate what you do every day. We are celebrating 787 staff members for milestone anniversaries, representing more than 13,000 years of total service. Amazingly, the longest tenured people we will be recognizing began here 45 years ago, before Central Ohio could imagine anything like the place Nationwide Children's has become, really before anyone in the country could have envisioned a place like this. If this is your first time being celebrated at this annual recognition, it means you began here 10 years ago and have helped Nationwide Children's through the most transformative decade in our history. It takes just a glance at our campus to see what we have become since you first arrived here. There are certain individuals we are honoring as well. Each has gone above and beyond, distinguishing themselves with their service to our patients and their support of their colleagues. You'll hear more about each of them coming up in this video. Every person we are celebrating, all 787 of you, has built a place so strong that even a global pandemic couldn't stop us from thriving. You have all faced challenges that you couldn't have imagined 12 months ago. Nationwide Children's has been through a period that has tested us in unexpected ways. Still, you have put children and families first, and you have supported each other at every turn. I am proud to serve beside you, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the program.
Thank you, Tim. Now to present the Daisy Award and Family-Centered Care Award of Excellence, please welcome Chief Nursing Officer Leanne Wallace.
I would like to begin by recognizing the 2020 Daisy Award recipients. DAISY is an acronym for Diseases Attacking the Immune System. The Daisy Award Foundation was formed in 1999 by the family of J. Patrick Barnes, who died at the young age of 33 from complications of idiopathic thrombocytopenic purpura, ITP. In his memory, and to recognize the skillful and amazingly compassionate care he received from his nurses, his family created the Daisy Award to express their profound gratitude to the nurses for the work they do for patients and their families every day. Staff, patients, and families can nominate an extraordinary nurse for this honor, and recipients are selected quarterly. Let's recognize our 2020 Daisy recipients. Danielle Aguila, Stacy Cruikshank, Marissa Cabaz, and Sophia Pierce. Congratulations again to our Daisy Award recipients. Now it is my pleasure to present the Family-Centered Care Award of Excellence. This annual award is presented to an employee or healthcare provider in recognition of outstanding achievement and excellence in the core concepts of family-centered care, for treating patients and families with dignity and respect, and for encouraging patient and family participation and collaboration in the care and decision-making process. Nominations are open to all patients and families, and selection of the winner is made by the Partners in Care, Partners in Hope Award Committee. I would like to extend a thank you to the Family Advisory Council for their continued partnership and commitment to family-centered care at Nationwide Children's Hospital. In 2020, 47 nominations were submitted for this award. It is truly remarkable that so many families took the time to express their gratitude and admiration for our staff, and to share their very touching experience through their nominations. It made this year's decision even more difficult and makes this year's recipient even more deserving. Let's hear from the family that submitted the winning nomination and view the endearing reaction of this year's recipient, Tiffany Haup. Thank you.
marka dad badan ayaa i caawiyey laakiin borobareemka ugu badnaa markii uu adkayd Stephen baa caawimada faraha badan isiis markaa wallahi dhibaato aad u badan baan galay xaalad adag baan galay wiilkayga sii jirkiisa istaga joog waa family caawinaysa maanta haddaan ka maqlaan beri ay sii uga kusoo noqonay waxay ii samaysay Stephanie inay childrenka ii weydiisa gaari guriga igeeyo soo celiyo cuntada kale way iga caawin jirtay sometimes qayb bini'aadanimada ka mid bay ahayd waxaan xaq ugu lahaa ma ahayn markii wiilkayga la yidhi tareegaa la geliyey xaalad aad u adag baan galay dhakhaatiirtii ugu yidhahdeen bishishin kale ma hayno iyada iyo dhakhtarkayga faamiliga waxay igu sii boodgarayeen inay meeting ii qabtaan marka ma soo koobi karo waxay ii qabatay mana ka sheegi karaa halkan indhahaygaad ka dareemi kartaa ilmadayga socdo runtii maalintaas dhibaato aad u badan baa isoo food saartay maxkamado kood meelo albaabo badan aanan garaaci karin meel aan wax ka calin karin ilmihayoo aad iga xanuunsan jahada iga lunta waxay iigu xugmiyeen tiimka ay Stephanie ka mid tahay inayn Ohio home care wayful gurigayga iman karin iyadoo weakness childrenka la socdo dhakhtarada childrenka oo dhanna way iskay barbar taagan dee wixii aan xaq u lahaana way ii soo rideen raydkaygana dadkii way iga siiyeen taana aad baa ugu faraxsanay waxaan dareemay dad danaynayo dhibaato haddii la ii geysanay dadka iga celinayo iskay barbar taageen I love children. Marka Stephanie ma soo koobi karo my sister. waxyaaloo dhan baa sii la hadda awoodi karo hooyo aad u fiican ixtiraam badan dareemaysa dhibaatada qofku ku jiro bini'aadamku isku wada mid macna sometimes markaan dadka ku istaab bay ugu tiraa way celisaa waa istaagaan aadna u jecla qaladkana way iga celisaa marka waxaan aaminsanahay cid kasta inay iga xigto Columbus my sister family kale kuma lihi
Thank you, Leanne. To present the Service from the Heart recipients and Singing Orderly Award, please welcome Chief Human Resources Officer Lorena Wise.
I have the privilege of presenting the Service from the Heart recipients and the annual Raymond and Pauline Kahn Singing Orderly Award. The Singing Orderly Award was established in 1998 in honor of former hospital employee Charlie Roberts, an orderly who was well known for singing to his patients as he transported them to surgery. The Singing Orderly Award is presented to one of our Service from the Heart Award recipients for showing extraordinary acts of caring and service to our patients, families, or other staff members. The winner will receive a check for $1,000 and the opportunity to designate up to $4,000 to an area of need in the hospital. At this time, I would like to introduce you to our 2020 Service from the Heart Award recipients. Vicki Compton, Bruce Gottfried, Jamie Gussler, Yvette Holmes, Madeline Kelly, Carmel Stepter, Cliff Townsend, Olivia Vansky, Mindy Waddell. Congratulations to all of you. And now the winner of this year's Singing Orderly Award is Cliff Townsend.
Thank you, Lorena. It is my honor to recognize 633 employees celebrating 10, 15, and 20 years of service. Let's take a look at what was happening when these employees came to work at Nationwide Children's Hospital. And now, to recognize our 25 and 30 years of service honorees, please welcome the president of the Abigail Wexner Research Institute, Dr. John Barnard.
I have the pleasure to recognize our 25 and 30 years of service honorees. We have 39 employees who started working at Nationwide Children's Hospital in 1995. Next, we'll recognize 55 employees that began working at Nationwide Children's Hospital in 1990. Thank you all for your service. Let's take a stroll with them down memory lane.
It was kind of sad for about 8 months.
The unemployment and the furloughs and deployment, it was a rough year.
You know, the challenge for me was my husband and I are both frontline workers and we have young kids at home.
I know with my job, I had to learn how to work from home, and I didn't really like it at first.
I know a lot more about technology than I did before, that is for sure.
And missing the interaction with our teams and other employees and seeing patients.
We adapted, so that's what we do at Children's, we adapt.
I am very proud of Children's taking a stand for inequality.
Children's just jumped in it and just did what they needed to do at that time for their patients, for the staff that worked here. It was just it made me very proud.
Even though it felt like a struggle, it was rough some days, but we are definitely on a journey together.
I think we've learned to respect the other groups within the hospital.
It's so much more of a collaborative, teamwork-oriented environment.
No matter what, we can figure it out, because if we keep our focus on the patients and the kids and where it needs to be, then we will figure it out.
And this is temporary. We have to remember that those big, beautiful rooms are going to be filled with lots of people, and we're going to be juggling parking yet again.
The 25 years, I think, went pretty fast, actually.
It did.
I agree, Rhonda.
One day you wake up and you're like, oh, I've been here for 30 years.
I can remember when I first started, I think about just the computer systems. We had Wizard Mail, if anybody remembers that.
Yes. There was paper charting. And in the ICU was like a trifold. You had to unfold and unfold. And
if someone else had the clipboard, you couldn't chart on the kid because someone else had the chart.
Yes. It's crazy how many more buildings we have.
Yeah.
And so sometimes it feels like you come in on Monday and you're like, is that a new building?
Does anybody remember having to go and pick up your paychecks?
We used to pick up everybody's pay. You want me to get your paycheck? We walk around the unit, get everybody's name, and pull everybody's paycheck. And
nobody trusts me to go pick up their paycheck, but
perm hair.
And perm. Yeah. Hairspray. And lots of hairspray.
The hairspray where your bangs were out and your bangs were up.
And that's when the nurses and the PCAs looked exactly the same, which made me very fearful, because I was a PCA and I didn't want the parents to ask me things as if I was a nurse, because I didn't know.
When you see your daughter wearing the jeans that you had, you're like, I probably should have just kept those.
I feel like albums are coming back. Of course, they don't want Sean Cassidy or
Andy Gibb.
I still have, I think, my fairly original ID picture, and people are always like, that's not you, is it? Yeah, it really is.
When I started back in 1990, I was pregnant with my first daughter. And now 30 years later, she works here too.
And I can remember having to be the tooth fairy for a number of patients over the years.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Especially working the night shift.
When I first started, the patients that we took care of, Kathy was on my unit, with cystic fibrosis. Their average life expectancy 30 years ago was 13. And when I think today, now it's in, I think, mid to late 40s. And it kind of chokes me up a little. I just think how far we've come.
It's not just about providing the best care for the patients we get the privilege to care for today, but we're on the forefront of caring for all patients with that disease coming forward.
Yeah. The mission to take care of every child, regardless of their ability to pay, has always been the theme, and it still is today.
Really at the core of it is just that we all connect through our love for these kids and wanting to like put smiles on their faces when they're having bad days.
Just those little patients and the families that are so appreciative.
The way people interacted with the children and how the children were first. That's what reminded me that this is where I needed to be.
And they're still kids always. It doesn't matter that they're here having a big procedure or they're sick. They're still kids and they're fun. I remember having a Nerf gun fight with a patient once. I'm just so much fun.
I felt valued here and I felt like I was doing something great.
It's an awesome and rewarding life that Children's have given to me. I'd just like to congratulate everyone of their work anniversary. This is great for you, great for me, and just wanted to congratulate everyone.
Yes.
Thank you.
Congratulations,
everyone.
Thank you. Congratulations to everybody.
Thank you, Dr. Barnard. To recognize our 35, 40, and 45 years of service honorees, please welcome Surgeon-in-Chief, Dr. Oyinka Olatoye.
Thank you, Angela. It's my honor to recognize 39 employees celebrating 35, 40, and 45 years of service. Let's take a moment to travel back to 1985, 1980, and 1975 to see how it all began.
Well, I'll never forget that day in March when we had to just kind of pack up.
I have to tell you, the fear was a little raw. Like, do I really want to be the employee to put the beekeeper outfit on to go to the COVID tent and collect all the specimens and take them to the lab? I'm older. And why am I the one coming down here? Because, we didn't know really what we were all scared of back then.
Yeah.
You don't think about you anymore. You think about, oh, let's hope this patient is negative.
We quickly had to learn telehealth, and it was a way for us to stay in touch with our patients and families. They were still connected to us.
Our group, we went home, so we weren't interacting with anybody except for through the computer. And you had to learn how to communicate differently.
People got really creative and really had a lot of fun with, virtual Zoom calls and happy hours and coffee chats.
For me, working with the families is when they did get to come back into the hospital. They always had just a little bit of fear when their children were going to surgery and they needed that comfort and that care when they came to the OR. Now there was a different kind of fear, but being able to calm their fears and letting them know that we were going to still take care of them 110%. We cannot do it without the team, and that means not just your division and your coworkers, but everyone. I've known Debbie for years. I've known Barb for years. I remember you guys being out on the floors. I remember taking care of patients and just knowing that we all did this together, and 35 plus years later, we're still here. Yes.
I know I went to my 5-year reunion at the time, and there was one person who had been here 35 years, and I was actually with a date, and I looked at him and I said, oh, don't let that be me some year. And now here I've passed 41, so.
I was a patient here before I became an employee. I was a patient in the hearts and the cardiac departments. I had surgery in 1968, started here right after.
I was also a patient here as a child. I had encephalitis, was on the infectious disease unit at the time.
And my tonsils out here, I remember coming for that surgery and getting some ice cream.
Yeah, when I started, the towers were just opening.
I just remember the cafeteria that was on the second floor of the old building, and it was, you had to go up this little rickety old back steps.
If you worked third shift, they used to say it was haunted back by that cafeteria, but I think they told us that just to scare us. I'm not sure.
Does anybody remember management committee in the old Baxter Auditorium, and there was a fan flying around and it was stuck in the curtains, and Ron from AV was trying
to get it, yeah. I remember one time, probably 20 years ago, there was a comedy group performing somewhere here, but it was like they were the Three Stooges, not the original Three Stooges, but they looked just like the Three Stooges. And so I was rushing somewhere to some meeting or doing something, and I turned the corner, it was right down there by Ross Hall,
rushing, and all of a sudden, I practically knock into Curly. And without missing a beat, he goes, "Oh, pardon me, Toots."
The values and mission that we have, for me, it's like no matter who you are, if you work here, it all boils down to we're all here for the same reasons, and there's something important in being part of that.
So I really love the culture that we have here. I think we're, from the top down, administration really values everyone's contributions and acknowledges that.
We really value the fact that we are an inclusive hospital. And I have so many parents that come back and just say they thank the hospital for what they've done for their child, but not just their child, but for loving them too.
And I think sometimes when you grow up here, like most of us did, because we've been here 35, 40, 45 years, you don't even truly realize how valuable that is till you have somebody in another hospital and you think, wow, this feels so different.
Mm-hmm. My grandson was in our NICU for a while, and I couldn't have been prouder to have been an employee and to see the care from other employees from the other side. It blew me away. It was amazing.
The kids are fun, and they have stories to tell you, and they want to tell you about school or virtual school or what cartoons are their new favorites, or what toys they like. And I've known many of our patients from birth, and I always think what a pleasure to have work where you feel like you're making a difference, that you contribute every day.
I just want to share that Zooms are more fun than I ever thought they would be, by the way. It has nothing to do with it.
And this has really been a nice opportunity to really get to see our young faces again, and get to chit chat and old friends, and just to know that we're doing well and we're still around, and to see where everyone's moved and changed and gone to. But I really enjoyed this. This has been a great opportunity. Yeah.
Thank you for your dedication and service to our patients, families, and staff.
Thank you, Dr. Olatoye. And now, to present the Physician of the Year Award, please welcome Chief Medical Officer, Dr. Rustin Morris.
It is my honor to present the 2020 Physician of the Year Award. The Physician of the Year was established to honor and recognize one physician at Nationwide Children's Hospital each year for demonstrating these defining attributes: providing the highest quality, family-centered clinical care, supporting and demonstrating zero-hero principles and behaviors, demonstrating excellence in teaching, contributing to new knowledge through research, and practicing one-team values. Selection of the winners determined by members of the hospital and medical leadership. The recipient will receive the Physician of the Year Crystal Award and a check for $500. Allow me to share a few comments that describe this year's winner. 2020 was like no other year in healthcare. And while I can think of many physicians who are deserving of the Physician of the Year Award, one stands out above all others. Dr. Matt Washam, our chief epidemiologist, was a spectacular physician leader in 2020 and continues to be one in 2021, guiding us through the global pandemic. Dr. Washam's leadership has demonstrated compassion, calmness, confidence, consideration, and dedication. He has worked tirelessly all of 2020 and into 2021 as he leads Nationwide Children's through this global pandemic. I can think of no other physician who is more deserving to win this award than Dr. Matt Washam.
Dr. Washam, it goes without saying, of course, you are the 2020 Physician of the Year, and you're off to a great start to be the 21. We are all grateful for everything you have done for Nationwide Children's children, for our staff, physicians. We would not be where we are today without your leadership and your dedication. I know this is not what you signed up for as your ending in 2020, but we could not think of a better physician leading this effort than you. Another organization in the same year, and I'm grateful to be a part of it with you. with this effort. So thank you for everything you've done, and thank you for your continued efforts.
Not too many times I'm speechless, but this is one of them. It's very kind of everyone, and an honor that it's both honored and humbled to receive, and appreciate his kind words, and imagine working anywhere else with anyone else. I'm just very appreciative.
We have an award for you, and I believe there is a $500 gift certificate or cash award as well that comes with this.
It's even more to me than anything.
That steak at Jeff Ruby's will be pretty good too.
I'm humbled.
Well, if I could pile on, I just want to, on behalf of all of us, thank you for the incredible stewardship that you provided. Your wisdom beyond your age and your calm demeanor and your data-driven approach to this has just been remarkable. And we are so indebted to you. It's been performing from the board on a monthly basis and keeping everyone up to speed. And they've taken great comfort from your leadership, as we all have. You've just been remarkable and keeping us all on the straight and narrow and making good decisions. And we're all safe as a result of you. So thank you very, very much. We really appreciate it.
Thank you, Dr. Morse. To present the Manager of the Year Awards, please welcome 2019 Managers of the Year, Heather Miller and Matthew Sapko.
Thank you for the opportunity to present the 2020 Manager of the Year Award. Each year we recognize 2 managers for this honor. Matt, tell me a little bit about the selection process.
The Manager of the Year selection is a 2-part process. Managers submit peer nominations, and then members of the administrative staff make the final selection. Managers are asked to consider organizational values when nominating a fellow manager for this award. Values such as, we do the right thing, we create a safe day every day, we promote health and well-being, we are agile and innovative, and we get results.
Each of the Managers of the Year will receive the following awards: a $500 check, the Manager of the Year Crystal Award, and an educational opportunity of their choice. Now let's learn a little bit about our 2 winners of the 2020 Manager of the Year. Just a few comments about our first winner. She embraces change, encouraging her staff and others to be solutions focused. She's a humble, authentic leader whose communication style is clear, concise, and respectful. She led her team through the COVID-19 with grace, quickly recognizing that each employee would experience individual challenges as a result of the pandemic. She's the epitome of the Nationwide Children's Hospital One Team leader. Our first 2020 Manager of the Year is...
Thank you guys. What? Okay. Obviously, we all now know Maisha was nominated for Manager of the Year and has won. Maisha took the CRO director position in 2017 and has since consistently exhibited all the aspects of NCH's One Team culture. Maisha is a natural leader whose ability to inspire others, lead change, and mentor staff has produced astonishing results in 2020. Despite challenges caused by COVID-19, Maisha maintained her high-energy, go-getter attitude throughout the year, encouraging staff to stay focused on their journey to best outcomes.
Maisha played a vital role in the successful rapid transition of Dr. Mariam Poulati and the Connect Research Consortium. Additionally, the CRO saw a 16% increase in the number of trials open from 2019 to 2020, as well as an increase in early phase enrollments from 5% to 14% of our total enrollments. Most importantly, Maisha was a consistent reminder of the direct link between our work and the child on the end of every clinical trial we take.
These accomplishments, along with several others that were not listed because it was a long nomination, we had to narrow that down, speak to Maisha's incredible ability to motivate her team and deliver results. So with this win, you will also get a $500 check, which I'm sure will be spent very wisely on shoes, and an educational opportunity of your choice.
This is a proud mother moment. I could not be more happy for you. Because you deserve this.
Thank you. Thank you guys. I love Nationwide Children's, and I've been here 16 years as of last year. I don't want to be anywhere else. I would always want to be in HEMA. I grew up here. This is where I learned everything. I've worked with every single person here very closely, and you guys are the best. All I'm going to say, because I don't like attention, but I look forward to the next 16 years and whatever else we can do for clinical research and for our patients. Thank you.
And now, a few comments about Manager of the Year number 2. She's always been a strong and stable leader of a very large and complex department for the last 5 years, and she's been a manager that's been effective for over a decade. She has a great deal of technical and QI expertise. She has IS systems knowledge, and she always puts the patient care and customer service first. She supports and develops a strong manager team, which serve the department and NCH extremely well. She works closely with physicians and PhDs, always responsive to their concerns and needs, and partners with them to build programs and services. 2020 was an extremely challenging year for all of us, but she did a remarkable job in supporting the lab team's effort to implement new testing, as well as taking on new management duties for the Biopath Center. And now, the second 2020 Manager of the Year is...
Come on in. No, what are you doing? Am I getting fired? I'll stop swearing. We just wanted to take a moment. Not like this. I think we all agree that 2020 was a year for the record books. And the pandemic brought with it so many challenges that, quite honestly, at least for me, were really unimaginable. But if we take a moment to look back in retrospect and think about all that the lab managed to accomplish, I would dare say that we not only persevered, but perhaps we thrived. And that is in large part because of our fearless leader and her willingness to jump in, to rally the troops, and then to really continuously challenge each one of us. It is really because, of Jade as a shining example for me of when in the face of chaos, the best really rise to the challenge, and find ways to get things done and demonstrate resilience. Someone else best said, Jade is a go-getter. She's not afraid of work. She will jump in and do what she needs to get things done. This past year specifically, I watched Jade get involved in so many projects, and she did all of this in a year when she also assumed oversight of the Biopathology Center. I admire Jade for her commitment, for her work ethic, for her overall technical and business knowledge and savvy, and her leadership skills. And it's for all of those reasons, and so many more, that it is my absolute honor to present you the 2020 Manager of the Year.
Well, I don't even know what to say because this really is not an individual award because I've said to many people, you get more work done through others, and I'm so embarrassed. I really could not have done it without all of you. And I've frequently said how great my teams are. I talk about you guys all the time of each person and what they've contributed to a certain project. Because really we have a great team. It's really an honor. I've worked here a long time and love working at Children's. Our culture is phenomenal here, and looking forward to growing things even further. Thank you.
Thank you, Heather and Matt. And now for the final presentation of our program. Please welcome Senior Vice President of Legal Services, Rhonda Comer.
I am honored to present the 2020 Employees of the Month and the Employee of the Year. The Employee of the Year will receive a $500 check, the Employee of the Year Crystal Award, 16 additional PTO hours, and what everyone really wants, a free reserved parking space for 1 year. So let's meet them now, introducing the stars of the show. And now, what we've all been waiting for. Our Employee of the Year is Tanithia Wilcox. Congratulations, Tanithia.
Your Employee of the Year.
Congratulations. You are our 2020 Employee of the Year. And whether you know it or not, you are beloved by your coworkers and your supervisors. People think you are great, and I know you are great. So congratulations for being Employee of the Year. She is always willing to help out, as well as taking the initiative to get things done. She welcomes new staff, makes them feel part of the team. She goes above and beyond to ensure our behavioral health patients are safe and does an amazing job de-escalating patients while keeping everyone else safe as well. So that's just one comment.
Oh, thank you so much. I would first off like to thank Vicki Smeltzer for nominating me, and I would like to thank all of my fellow PCAs and fellow staff members, nurses, medics, suture techs, LPNs, pretty much everyone. The emergency department has become a part of me. NCH has become a part of me. When I first got the nomination for Employee of the Month, I was like, oh my God, like I didn't even realize that I made that much of an impact. But this is so gratifying to know that all my hard work that I put into this emergency department has paid off. I love each and every one of you so much. And just thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Please welcome back our CEO, Tim Robinson.
I hope you've enjoyed this important, if not exactly traditional, recognition of your work. Thank you to our HR staff members for making this happen under challenging circumstances, and to our partners at Mills James for putting together this video. My special congratulations to our Employee of the Year, Tanithia Wilcox, our Manager of the Year, Maisha Harmon and Jade Wilson, our Physician of the Year, Dr. Matthew Washam, our Family Centered Care Award winner, Tiffany Haupt, our singing orderly Cliff Townsend, and to everyone celebrating their milestone anniversaries. I look forward to the day when we can all come together for an event like this again. Until then, I know you'll continue to work hard for the children and families we serve. Thank you.
Tim, thank you. And thank you, our viewing audience, for joining us as we recognized our dedicated and committed employees at Nationwide Children's Hospital. Their service and devotion to our patients, families, and the community truly make a difference. As we conclude, please welcome our Director of Pastoral Care, Reverend Carrie Finnegan, as she delivers our benediction. Thank you.
In a year that brought unparalleled fear, anxiety, and uncertainty, you brought unparalleled determination, perseverance, and dedication to our mission of healing. Go forth from this place with renewed strength, energy, and passion for our mission, blessed by our Creator, that you might be a blessing unto others. Go forth in peace.